Today we're going to talk about Cypress Gardens and its star-studded past. What a beautiful place it was. Stay tuned and we're going to tell you all about it. Welcome back to Local Love, everybody. And today we're going to talk about Cypress Gardens and their many ups and downs through their lives. Now, long before Walt Disney World made its mark here in Florida, we already had some theme parks opening. And the first one of those in the state was Cypress Gardens. It opened its doors in 1936 and was founded by Dick and Julie Pope. Now, this park with its botanical theme and beautiful cypress trees made for a popular spot to be the backdrop for many films and shows through the years. Let's just give you a little glimpse of those. 1947, Glimpses of Florida, starring James A. Fitzpatrick. Aqua Capers was filmed in 1947, and this was dedicated to showing off the amazing skill of the skiers and all the skiing trips that made the park famous. Easy to Love, 1953, starring Esther Williams. And one very popular show from 1958 to 1961, Sea Hunt, starring Lloyd Bridges, was also using Cypress Gardens as a backdrop for their shows. Now, in the 1940s, the other thing that Cypress Gardens was well known for were their beautiful southern belles. Now, they would be able to be seen on the boat tour, or you'd see them laying on the grounds among all the flowers and trees and in the gazebos throughout the park. Now, I remember that when I was young, one of the things that would get me excited about going to Cypress Gardens was the mini billboards you would see on the way. And they actually had something that I'd never seen at that time, a 3D type sign, where they actually put a mannequin dressed up as a Southern Belle on the signs. And it was an amazing thing to see as a little kid. So I loved that. Now, I myself had visited the park several times as a child and again as an adult, and their ski show was always top-notch entertainment for everybody. We all gathered to see these shows. And there's actually a very funny story about how there even came to be a ski show at Cypress Gardens. In 1943, the owner, Dick Pope, was actually serving in World War II, and some of the soldiers saw a newspaper article that had a photo, and it showed the park and the backdrop of Lake Eloise in Winter Haven, which is the lake that was right behind it, and it just happened to catch somebody skiing down that lake in the photo. So they assumed and spread the word that Cypress Garden already had a ski show. So after hearing this, Mr. Pope contacted his wife, who quickly gathered all of their children and their friends to start practicing and putting together a ski show for their guests. Now, this spread by word of mouth very quickly, and that following weekend, they attracted more than 800 soldiers there to see the show. And that is how Cypress Gardens' most famous moment of ski shows was born. Now, Cypress Gardens did change hands many times through the years. And at one time, attractions were actually added, like rides, roller coasters, things like that, to try and revive the park. Now, one attraction that I fondly remember from my youth and as an adult was called Island in the Sky. Now, it was sponsored by Kodak, and it was one of the most amazing observatory rides, where it was basically a round walkway with a faux island in the middle of this circle, and they would lift it up on this big pneumatic arm. And from there, it would just go very slowly in a circle, and you would be able to get some of the most amazing visuals of this beautiful park. And these pictures that you could take from up there were definitely going to go in your scrapbook, because it was gorgeous. Now, Cypress Gardens was revamped into an adventure park. They had butterfly encounters in later years, but despite their best efforts from several different owners that followed the Pope family, they closed their doors in October of 2003. Now, Cypress Gardens was located in Winter Haven in what is now Legoland, Florida. So you can still go and see in Legoland some of the botanical wonders from the original park, including the Esther Williams Florida-shaped pool that was used in the filming of her 1953 Easy to Love film. You'll also be able to see some of their Southern bells made out of Legos, and some of the gazebos from the original park are still available for pictures in the background. And it's a little nod to the history of this beautiful park. And we're so happy that they kept some of the original things about it, because many of us were sad to see it go. Now, as someone who has lived here most of my life, I can tell you that this park was an amazingly beautiful place. And while it does live on in the backdrops of many movies and shows, and you can still see some pictures and some of the things that went on there in the past, you'll never know the true beauty of this park unless you visited it. And if you like these kind of things, subscribe, because we put up new videos every Monday and Wednesday just for you guys. So thank you again, and peace.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with all your friends.
And hit that bell so you know when we have a new video.